Hey folks, welcome to another episode. I'm starting a series about Band of Brothers, one of my all-time favorite productions when it comes to World War II topic. So, for the first video of the series, I'll be making a diorama of Doc Eugene Roe and Babe Heffron from this scene. Without further ado, let's get started. I have a bunch of 72nd scale US Paratroopers of Airfix. I'll need two figures fitting the scene from the pile. Okay, so these are the two closest figures I could find that fit the scene, although I'll have to modify their arm positions. And they have some flashes, not extreme, but I'll need to clean them. Painting is just straightforward. I'm using black primer first. For their uniform, the closest paint I have is green-brown, and leather belt for their boots, belts, and so on. Painting Duck's medic armband here with regular white. This was my second attempt to get a relatively close result to a medic's cross. Applying flash wash on their faces and fingers. Also dry brushing lightly with light green to bring out some of the details. And finally applying black wash. It's now time to make the trees. I'm using branches I picked up from the backyard, and toothpicks for the branches. Drilling holes on the tree trunks with my Dremel to attach the branches. I usually use armature wire for branches, but this time I decided to give toothpicks a try. I have these trees I made a while ago. If I'm not happy with the results, I'll be using them instead. I'm painting the branches with a brown craft paint to blend the trunk and the branches together. using homemade black wash to cover the entire thing. I prepared a flock of the camera to help the foliage stick in on the branches better. For this, I cut a rope in short random lengths, made a dark brown paint and mixed them together. They dried in about 15 minutes and then I grinded them in a blender a couple of times. You can also use this for burnt or dried trees. This process is fairly simple really. Apply glue, then flock, repeat as many times as you want until you achieve the look you're going for. In this scene, there is an object behind Duck Row. I think it's some sort of a vehicle. I can't make out what exactly it is. Even if I could, I can't fit it in my diorama. So I decided to show some clutter there by making some crates and boxes. If you guys know what model of a vehicle that is, let me know in the comments. I'm going for a dimension of 15 by 15 centimeters and 20 centimeters height. The diorama will sit on a base of styrofoam, will be covered by plexiglass display case, a cap covering the top, and a frame to cover the sides of the base. Okay, so I have 3 trees in the back of the scene, foxhole in the middle, and 2 trees in front of the foxhole. I'm marking their spots with toothpicks. The crates and the box will go there in between the trees. Figures are 2 centimeters high, so I'm carving the foxhole by about a centimeter deep, giving it a base coat of black. Covering the areas where there is more activity with watered down glue and the rest with regular glue. Then applying dirt on the entire base. Once it's dried, same as before, only this time I'm adding the snow flock. Added some mud on the way to the foxhole. In the scene, right in front of the foxhole, there is blood on the snow. I'm adding that detail with Vallejo red and Cavalry brown colors. Put in boxes where I wanted them, and starting to disturb the figures from their 4 years of slumber. I made a mistake here. The figures should be positioned the other way around. By the time I figured it out, it was too late. I had to trim some of the branches of the camera as they were reaching out of the base. I couldn't fit one of the trees, instead I planted a broken one. Now that the actual diorama is ready, only final additions are left to do. I'm starting this with preparing the plexiglass display case. It's a near perfect fit. Notice how the trees are moving? I could have done a better job at that. Salvage this wooden crate and using it to make a top cover and frame around the diorama. I painted the wooden parts with black craft paint and applied acrylic varnish off the camera. Printing a spade symbol for a stencil. In the miniseries, this spade symbol is seen on the Easy Company members' helmets. This was the real symbol of the 506th Parachute Infantry Regiment and was painted on the soldiers' helmets, in order to make it simple to visually identify a soldier's regiment. I figured it would be fitting to have this on top of the diorama. In order to achieve a flakier look, I decided to use a sponge instead of a brush and finished it with applying acrylic varnish. I was gonna make a name tag for this, but then remembered that I had a label maker, and the typewriter feel of it made sense to me. Here's the actual clip from part 6. And here's my result. Thank you guys so much for watching this episode. Don't forget to like this video if you did, and subscribe for future videos. And feel free to give me your diorama ideas from Band of Brothers in the comment section for the future videos of this series. I already have 2 more ideas from different episodes, but I'd like to hear yours. Until next time, take care. For those of you who watched all the way to the end, here's a tip for my next video. Oops. There.